What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today we are reacting to Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft version 2.0. We're not going to only talk about the New York Jets pick. We'll go through the entire first round that he has for the New York Jets. Why? Because here's my hint. We spent a lot of time recently talking about this specific prospect. All right, here we go. Here's Daniel Jeremiah's 2.0 mock draft. A bit of a surprise up at the top. Abdul Carter, the #1 overall pick to the Tennessee Titans. Abdul Carter is an absolute stud. I'm not surprised that he is going towards the top of the draft. What I'm surprised with is no quarterback for Tennessee. And if Tennessee wouldn't go quarterback, I would have thought Travis Hunter, but I don't think anyone could question the talent that Abdul Carter has. Cam Ward, the first quarterback off the board, goes #2 overall to the Cleveland Browns. Travis Hunter, #3 to the Giants. So the Giants also pass up on a quarterback in the draft. Who knows? Maybe they trade for Matthew Stafford or find some other veteran to fill in. 4th overall, Will Campbell. Offensive line is a big need for the New England Patriots, so that's not really all that surprising. We're going to keep moving this down the board here because I kind of want to give you guys like the context of what the board was like for the New York Jets. So Mason Graham goes 5. This is a common mock. If Mason Graham's there for the Jets at 7, he's a player I'd really like, but it's common to mock him to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's not all that surprising. Then Shedeur Sanders comes off the board at 6. And the 7th overall pick for the New York Jets is Tyler Warren, who we just talked about in a video earlier in the week. The Jets ranked 2nd to last in rush offense last season, and they desperately need another target in the passing game. Warren helps them improve in both of those areas. That's pretty much what I was talking about in the video this past week. So can't say I'm all that surprised. Again, this is going to be a very popular name. There's not just one position that is going to continue to get mocked to the Jets over and over and over again. It's going to change. Tyler Warren will be common. You'll see Mason Graham be a common one. You'll see an offensive lineman be a common one. You'll see an interior defensive lineman or an edge rusher or a wide receiver. Like, that's the point, is there's going to be a ton of different mock drafts that have a variety of positions going to the Jets at 7. Wanted to continue to talk about this, though, because, again, I just thought it was a bit of a surprising mock overall. Jalen Walker next, then Mike Green, Calvin Banks round out the top 10. Will Johnson, talented corner out of Michigan, goes #11. Not a surprise. San Francisco has a big need. Robert Saleh is there. We know how he likes his cornerbacks. Interior defensive lineman for Dallas is a touch on the surprising side, but we'll keep it rolling. A guard for Miami, that's a need. Offensive line for Indianapolis makes sense. An edge rusher for the Falcons makes sense. Kenneth Grant to the Cardinals makes sense. Corner to the Bengals, keep it rolling. Interior offensive line to Seattle. That just feels like such a Seattle Seahawks pick. Here's another big surprise that I had in this mock draft. Ted McMillan drops all the way to 19. He's someone who I think would be in play for the New York Jets at pick #7. I don't see him falling this far, but could you imagine Ted McMillan with Mike Evans? That 1-2 punch would be really freaking good. And that's someone that McMillan gets compared to a lot, ironically. Broncos take Colston Loveland out of Michigan, tight end. That's a big position of need. This is another surprising one. So not that Ginty doesn't deserve to go in the first round, but the Steelers going to running back in the first round after they took Najee Harris in the first round, those years ago. It didn't really work out as great with Najee Harris. Ginty, I think, is a better overall prospect than Harris was. But they've done a lot on that offensive line. I think they could use a receiver, honestly. But this is a link that I haven't seen yet. Usually Dallas makes a lot of sense. How about the Chargers going running back as well? A second running back, Omarion Hampton, comes off the board from the Los Angeles Chargers. Packers go offensive line, meat and potatoes pick. And then another running back comes off the board. Henderson from Ohio State goes to Minnesota. So 3 running backs in the first round. That feels like an overcorrection for the devaluation of the running back position here in the NFL. Teams around the league, specifically, you look at what Saquon Barkley did for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I guess Daniel Jeremiah is predicting some sort of renaissance for the position. CJ Stroud links up with a former wide receiver of his. A defensive tackle goes to the Rams. Keep it rolling. Edge rusher to the Baltimore Ravens. A guard, offensive lineman for Detroit would be a perfect replacement for Kevin Zeitler. Good point. Linebacker for Washington. Another wide receiver for Buffalo and Matthew Golden. Offensive line, no-brainer for the Kansas City Chiefs. And another semi-surprising pick, Malachi Starks makes it all the way down to 32. And this would just fit in the narrative for the Philadelphia Eagles exclusively drafting defensive players from Georgia. He's a versatile player, plays all over the field. I don't really know what a huge need for the Philadelphia Eagles is. So this is kind of a luxury pick, but another scenario where the Eagles luck into a stellar defensive player from Georgia falling in the first round. I've seen that story before. Anyway, what do you think of Daniel Jeremiah's most recent mock draft? Let me know. Would you be okay with Tyler Warren as the Jets pick at number 7? I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.